Hello everyone. Have you ever found yourself in a situation like this? You go to sleep, and when you wake up in the morning, you feel absolutely exhausted. Whether you slept a little or a lot, it doesn't matter. You just don't understand why, but every single morning you wake up drained, irritable, in a terrible mood, and the whole day just feels like a write-off because you're walking around in a fog the entire time. And since we're on the topic of waking up exhausted, I know that some of you, for whatever reason, have to stay up really late at night, but still have to get up early in the morning. So how do we actually do that? How do we stay up late, wake up early, and still not feel tired, not feel that pounding headache, not feel cranky? That's exactly what today's program is going to help you figure out, both of those problems, right here, right now. Welcome back, everyone. So glad you're here again. Today's topic is something that is incredibly important for absolutely everyone. Entrepreneurs, workers, students, retired folks. Honestly, everyone should watch this video because it directly affects your mood every single day and the energy you carry with you from the moment you open your eyes. We all know sleep is important, but when you wake up in the morning feeling groggy, sluggish, and irritable, that day is basically already ruined. And this isn't just something that happens to me. I'm pretty sure it's happened to all of you at some point, and for a lot of you, it's probably happening every single day. Every morning is just another round of exhaustion. So what do we do about it?
I've split this video into two parts. The first part I'm calling Diagnosing the Problem. I'm going to explain why we wake up feeling tired, whether we slept a little or a lot. Then in the second part, we get into the cure, with proper science-backed methods. And look, this is about your health, so we're not playing around here. There needs to be real research behind it, real evidence, and I'll only share things I've personally tested myself. And as a bonus on top of that, what if it's already 1 a.m. and you absolutely have to be up before 6 a.m. tomorrow? How do you handle that without feeling like death and without popping any pills? Yeah, we're covering that too. A lot of things sound hard to believe at first, but the only reason they feel that way is because we've never experienced them ourselves. That's exactly why learning matters. I'll say it again, like I do in so many videos. You have to keep learning, and you have to actually enjoy learning, because there are so many surprising, fascinating things out there that can genuinely change your life for the better. So let's not waste another second. Let's dive straight into part 1, diagnosing why we wake up feeling so wrecked. Part 1. Diagnosing the problem. Why do we wake up feeling tired? To answer this, we're going to go a little bit into the science of sleep. Now I know, the moment someone says science and sleep in the same sentence, it can start to sound really intimidating and dry. But hey, you're watching a Capricorn psychology video, and I can promise you this, if you watch all the way through, everything will make complete sense. We've always taken complicated stuff and broken it down into something easy and enjoyable. The first time I came across this information, I honestly found it hard to follow too. And I know that when something's confusing, people just give up and click away. So I made sure this is going to be clear and actually interesting. Stick with it. Now, I know a lot of you are probably tempted to skip ahead to the solutions, but here's the thing. If you understand the solution without understanding why it works, you might apply it the wrong way and actually make your sleep worse. We spent a whole week putting this together, and it's only a few minutes long, so please watch every bit of it. Don't skip a single second. Alright, so let's talk about why we wake up feeling so exhausted. First, let's look at how sleep actually works. Most people who don't know much about sleep science assume it's pretty simple. You fall asleep at 10 p.m., you sleep straight through until 6 a.m., the alarm goes off, you wake up, right? Wrong. That's not how our bodies actually work. We don't sleep in one long continuous stretch. We sleep in cycles, each one lasting 90 minutes. So we go through one 90-minute cycle, then another, and within each one of those 90-minute cycles, there are different stages of sleep. Let me walk you through them,
because this is the key to understanding everything. Stage 1. Light dozing. This is exactly what it sounds like. You lie down, your eyes get heavy, and you drift off. This is the entry point into sleep. Stage 2. Light sleep. You're asleep now, your body is starting to relax, but it's still pretty shallow. This stage actually makes up about 50% of your total sleep time. Stage 3. Deep sleep. This one takes up less than 10% of your sleep time, but it starts to get serious here. Stage 4. Very deep sleep. This is where nearly every single organ in your body is in a state of complete rest. Everything is fully switched off. Stage 5. REM sleep, dreaming. Even though you're asleep, your eyes are moving around underneath your eyelids, while the rest of your body stays completely still. This is when you dream. So those are the 5 stages of sleep. Once you complete all 5 stages, that's one full 90-minute cycle done. Then your body loops right back to stage 1 and starts all over again. Stage 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Repeat. And if you go through about 5 full cycles in a night, that's 5 times 90 minutes equals 7.5 hours. You'll wake up feeling absolutely amazing.
Now, I know some of you are wondering, wait, aren't we getting sidetracked? What does this have to do with waking up tired? We're getting there right now. Here's the answer. If your alarm wakes you up right in the middle of stage 3 or stage 4, when your body is in deep or very deep sleep, you are almost guaranteed to have a miserable, exhausted, cranky day. You might even wake up in a complete panic. Remember, at stage 4, your body is in full rest mode, everything is shut down. Then suddenly an alarm blares, and your brain and organs are forced to scramble back to life before they're anywhere near ready. And that's why you feel awful, even if you technically slept 8 or even 8.5 hours. So what makes a good night's sleep? 2 things. First, sleeping enough cycles, ideally around 5. And second, waking up at the right moment, specifically at the transition point between the end of stage 5 and the beginning of stage 1 of the next cycle. If you wake up right there, your day will be fantastic. No fatigue, just freshness. If you wake up during stage 2, mildly tired. Stage 3, a bit worse. Stage 4, rough day ahead, possibly a panicked wake-up. Check back on your recent mornings. There's a good chance you've been waking up smack in the middle of stage 3 or 4.
So, to sum up part 1, the 2 ideal conditions for a perfect night's sleep are, number 1, sleep enough cycles, around 5, and number 2, wake up at the perfect moment, which is that transition point between the end of stage 5 and the beginning of stage 1 of the next cycle. That's when your body is already naturally ready to wake up, your organs are gently starting back up, and you'll feel genuinely rested. Part 2. The Cure. Now, let's get into part 2. We know what the ideal conditions are, so how do we actually hit that perfect wake-up time? That's what this part is all about. Hey everyone, welcome to part 2. In this section, we're talking about how to sleep a little or sleep a lot, and even if it's already 1 a.m. and still wake up feeling completely fine, even before 6 a.m. Luckily, there's a really simple formula for this. We can actually calculate the exact time we should wake up. Wake up time equals bedtime plus 1.5 hours times number of cycles plus the time it takes you to fall asleep. Let's break that down. 1.5 hours equals 90 minutes, which is 1 full sleep cycle, times 5, that's ideally 5 cycles for a perfect night, and x is how long it takes you to actually fall asleep after lying down. The average is about 14 minutes, but if you know you personally toss and turn for around 30 minutes, just use 30.
Let's try an example. Say you go to bed at 10 p.m. 10 p.m. plus 7.5 hours plus 14 minutes equals 5:44 a.m. That's it. If you go to sleep at 10 p.m., your ideal wake-up time is 5:44 a.m. Simple as that. We've hit that perfect transition point between the end of cycle 5 and the start of cycle 1. Now let's try another one. What if it's 1 a.m.? 1 a.m. plus 7.5 hours plus 14 minutes equals 8:44 a.m.
And I already know what some of you are thinking right now. 8:44 a.m. Are you kidding me? I don't have time to sleep until 8:44. I need to be up way before that. Fair enough. So let me address the real-life scenario. It's 1 a.m. and you absolutely have to be up before 6 a.m. What do you do? Here's what's important to know. You don't have to always use 5 cycles. You can use anywhere from 3 to 6 cycles. The minimum is 3, the maximum is 6. Don't go below 3. Your body will be completely drained no matter how well timed your wake-up is because you simply didn't sleep enough. And going above 6 cycles is more sleep than your body really needs.
Let's try 4 cycles with a 1 a.m. bedtime. 1 a.m. plus 6 hours plus 14 minutes equals 7:14 a.m. Not early enough, right? We needed to be up before 6. So let's go down to 3 cycles. 1 a.m. plus 4.5 hours plus 14 minutes equals 5:44 a.m. There we go, 5:44 a.m. If you go to sleep at 1 a.m., your optimal wake-up time is 5:44 a.m. That's about 4 hours and 44 minutes of sleep, timed perfectly so your body is at its most ready to wake up. Now, I know what you might be thinking, only 4 hours and 44 minutes. That sounds exhausting. And honestly, the research does show that 8 hours isn't actually the magic number for everyone. Some people genuinely need 6 full cycles to feel great. Others function perfectly well on just 3. It really depends on the individual, but across the board, 5 cycles tends to work well for most people. The goal is to make 5-cycle sleep your default. Try to go to bed early and use this formula to figure out exactly when to wake up. And on those nights where you absolutely have to stay up late, go for 3 cycles. You'll still be able to get up early and feel decent.
One last thing I want to mention, and this is really important. Let's say you wake up right at your calculated optimal time. Don't lie there and go back to sleep, because if you do, you'll drift into another cycle, and depending on where you wake up in that cycle, stage 3, stage 4, maybe even stage 2, you'll end up feeling way worse than if you'd just gotten up the first time. So when it's time to wake up, just get up. No snoozing, no 5 more minutes. And look, this video isn't about teaching you to push your body to its limits every single night. I'm not trying to turn you into someone who tortures themselves with terrible sleep. I just want to help you find the most optimal wake-up time for the situations you're already in, especially those nights when staying up late is unavoidable. When life gets harder and busier, when late nights become the norm, it's not just you dealing with it. So many people around you are going through the same thing. If you found this helpful, please share it with the people you care about. You don't have to post it publicly, just send it to a friend through Messenger or WhatsApp. Because when we're exhausted, it doesn't just affect us. We get irritable. We snap at our co-workers, our partners, even our kids. Work suffers. Everything suffers. Everyone around us pays the price when we're running on empty. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. I really hope this helps you, even just a little. Here's to saying goodbye to those groggy, cranky, exhausted mornings. The first few days of adjusting might feel a little off, but stick with it. You'll start waking up feeling genuinely refreshed and ready to go. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.